So you want to buy rental property, but you are still stuck in the research mode. You've watched a lot of videos, you know all the real estate podcasts, and you hear so many opinions from left and right, and you are so confused. You don't know what to do, and you still haven't bought a single rental property even though you've been researching for the last 5 years. In this video, I walk you through exact 5 things you need to do today for you to get started in rental property. This is the same template I've used for a lot of people and get them from just researching or just starting out to actually owning multiple rental properties. I walk you through how to prepare financially, what kind of neighborhood you should be looking at, what numbers you actually need to understand and run before you buy that property, and how to actually find and lock down that very solid rental property that will pay you for many years to come. More importantly, I also share some tools and strategies that will help you avoid a lot of beginners' mistakes. So if you have been thinking about real estate investing but feel stuck, just browsing YouTube, watch a lot of videos, podcasts, looking at listing on Zillow, this guide will actually get you out of that research mode to actually doing something with confidence and avoid a lot of rookie mistake, and also remove a lot of guesswork out of rental property investing. And I actually remember a client who spent over a year looking at properties but never made an offer simply because he was trapped in the analysis paralysis. Once we followed these exact 5 steps I'm about to share with you, she closed on her first duplex in 40 days and start collecting rent 30 days later. That is the same thing that you can do. It's not about being perfect, it's about having a strategy that is simple and repeatable and that many people have used over and over again. So without any further ado, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get to it. Step 1, get your financial situations together. You want to make sure how you're going to be financing this property. Are you buying cash or you're going to be financing? If you're going to be financing, you will need a credit score of 620 and above. You will need a proof of income of 2 years of tax return typically and some pay stub. You need a down payment of 3.5% to 5% down payment conventional or 3.5 FHA, or you can do 20% down payment if you're going to be buying these as a pure investment property. Also, you want to set aside 3 to 6 months of emergency funds, because when you're buying property, this is your first time, you want to make sure you cover yourself. I typically would recommend you use Credit Karma or Experian to closely monitor your credit score, because you don't want anything to happen to your credit score while you are in the process of buying a house. Also, lending trees and some local lender can easily get you pre-approval letter. I do recommend you don't start wasting anybody's time until you get pre-approval letter, because your pre-approval letter is like your shopping voucher. If you don't have a shopping voucher, or you don't have a ticket and you're looking at houses, you're pretty much going to be wasting your time and wasting everybody's time. So any rockstar local lender will easily get you pre-approved within 24 hours of you applying on their website. If you need a recommendation from for a lender, reach out to me on Instagram at Wale_Lawal and I will connect you with my rockstar lender. Now, once you're connected with the lender, let them understand your situation. There is so many loan options available for you to buy property, both for your first home or your investment property. Especially if you're a first-time home buyer, there's a lot of options for you. FHA 3.5, FHA 0.0%, conventional 3%, conventional 5%, 20% down payment, 10% down payment, among other options for you to buy a property. Now, if you're an investor, you can put 20% down, or you can do a DSCR loan, that cover. DSCR means what? Debt service coverage ratio. And all these are what the lender is going to help you understand if you apply for the loan. Tips here is that if you are buying in Houston, some lender will offer you a first-time home buyer program with a lot of grants that will allow you to come out of pocket with $0 down. Of course, there will be terms and conditions apply, so make sure to ask your lender for that. And that takes me to step number 2. You want to know your numbers before you buy the property. If numbers don't work, the deal doesn't work. Don't force it. I've seen a lot of people losing money simply because they fall in love with the property, not with the numbers. And I've also seen people losing money simply because they fall in love with the numbers, not the property. Both of them has to go hand in hand. If the property is a disaster in real life, but the number is so good on Excel spreadsheets, don't buy it because you're going to lose money. And the number looks good. On the contrary, if the property is so nice, but the number is terrible, then don't buy it as well, because it means it's not going to end well. So you want to make sure you track this number. Cash flow. Cash flow is your rent minus all your expenses. Your cap rate as well, you want to track that, which is your net operating income divided by your purchase price. That is your cap rate. A cap rate of 5% and above in a solid neighborhood, it's always a deal for me. You also want to track your cash on cash, which is your annual cash flow divided by your total money you invested. There's a lot of tools that can help you to do this. You can use dealcheck.io, you can use Tessa, even Bigger Pocket have their own rental property calculator that can take you from a rookie to a mid-level investor if you use it more often. Rentometer is also a good source for you to know what a rent is going to rent for. But the pro tips here is that you want to make sure you hire an investor agent. That investor agent will save you a lot of headache since they are also an investor themselves. They will help you shortcut all the learning curve. So if you are finding value in this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel so you don't want to miss the subsequent video I have for you. And if you're ready to take action, comment the word guide and I will send you my starter kit I put together for new investors that will help you avoid all the rookie mistakes that I have made and that a lot of investors I know have also made, so you do not repeat the same mistakes. And that takes me to the step number 3, which is you want to pick the right market, the right neighborhood, and the right zip code. You see, no matter how good you think you are, if you buy in the wrong location, everything else is going to go wrong. So you don't want to buy where it's trendy, the nicest part of town. You want to buy where the number makes sense, where it makes sense for your particular specific situation. So these are the things to look for. You want to look for the cities with a population growth, a job growth, rental demand, and also very low vacancy rates. Also the property type you're looking for, maybe you're looking for duplex, single family home, or small multi-family like your 2 to 4 unit. In Houston, Texas, a strong market includes your A-Leaf for cash flow, Gulf Gates for stable tenants, and East Downtown, which we call EDO, for appreciation. So I typically will recommend you use Zillow or you use our local har.com, which is our local MLS here, that will help you filter properties by type. Bigger Pocket also have, a very large number of database of property. So, but if you're working with an investor friendly agent, they will definitely be able to help you shortcut all the learning curve. They will give you a lot of education so you don't have to repeat the mistakes they have made. So if you want to get a recommendation for an investor agent, if you are in Texas, I'll be able to work with you. If not, I'll be able to connect you with other investor agents. Simply send me a DM on Instagram and I will connect you with a rockstar investor agent. And that takes me to the step number 4. You want to buy a rent ready property. Do not buy fixer upper for your first deal. It's going to be a recipe for disaster. You want to make sure it's a good rental, solid neighborhood, the structure is good, HVAC is good, no plumbing issue, no electrical issue, no foundation issue. I do recommend you buy new construction or relatively new, something from 5 years old to 0 years old is always what I recommend. Again, you want to make sure you avoid the HOA fees if possible, but if there is HOA, make sure it's very, very minimal. It's not taking a lot of money out of your pocket. Now, if you're working with an investor agent, you want to make sure your agent run a rental comparable analysis for you, even a sales comparable analysis, so that way you know how much it's going to rent for. And of course, you do not want to skip home inspection. And this takes me to my step number 5, which is you want to have a management plan in place before you actually close on that property. You see, you have to start planning even before you submit an offer on that property, because failure to plan, you are really planning to fail. Most new investors get stuck after they buy a property. They don't have the plan in place. They don't know how they're going to manage it. They don't even know how they're going to collect the rent. You have to decide, will you be self-managing or you want to hire a property manager? I do recommend you self-manage if this is your first time, because you want to learn about landlording, you want to learn about landlord-tenant relationship, and you want to even have the first-hand experience managing property yourself. So that way, when you eventually hire a property manager, you're going to be able to ask them the right questions, and you'll be able to screen them the right way, and nobody's going to be giving you any BS, because you know what you're talking about, because you have actually managed your property before. But if you have not done this before, you have no choice but to take whatever the property manager is telling you, because you have no first-hand experience doing it. So you want to know how you're going to screen a tenant, how will you handle maintenance, and how will you handle eviction if you have to run into that. So these are all the things you can put in place. There's a lot of software out there that you can use to manage your property. You can use Availed Double Tenants for collecting rent. I personally use Hemlane.com, which is very good. There's a lot of things they can do for you. They can even help you collect late fees and you renew your lease. Among other things they can do, I recommend you look into it. Bonus tips is that once you buy your first rental property and it's cash flowing, you want to make sure you are reinvesting the profit. I don't recommend you spend any profit you get from there, because trust me, there will be a need for you to buy your number two very quickly. And after 1 to 2 years, you can definitely use all the equity you've acquired from the property. You can do what we call HELOC, home equity line of credit, or you can refinance and use the money as your down payment for your next property. That is how you build long-term income without flipping houses or wholesaling or dealing with all kind of complicated real estate investing strategies. I have helped clients go from 1 to 10 rental properties in the space of 2 to 3 years, because they follow these 5 steps again and again. So if you are ready to take action and you are done watching a bunch of YouTube videos and you really want to get something done, comment the word community and I will send you a free invite to invite you to my free online community, where we pull the curtain and show you how to build true wealth using rental property without you losing your soul, without you losing your job, without you actually making all the rookie mistakes that a lot of us have actually made. So comment the word community and I will send you the free invite to join the community. Either ways, real estate isn't complicated when you have the right plan and the right people behind you. Start small, stay smart, stay consistent, and seek for help where needed. Your success is just one property away. Thank you so much again for watching till this point. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click that notification bell so I can let you know the next time I have a new video. And before you go, make sure to watch this next video where I break down house hacking for you. This is a strategy that a lot of Americans have been using to buy property with as little as 3.5% down payment. Personally, I've helped a lot of people to house hack and I would like to help you as well. Thank you so much and I will see you on the next one. Peace.